Hello. This is my homage to the old days of YouTube where people would be like out doing things and just talking. You know, those days are gone. You got all these well scripted videos with studio lighting. Here I am at an A&W in a small little mountain town in the middle of nowhere where I now live with no lipstick on at the moment. And I just kind of wanted to go on and talk about, by the way, this is this small because I haven't been able to get one in Canada. I got this in Montana. I watched this awesome video from Owen from RSD, and he talked about sales. And I absolutely love him.
What is the main thing marijuana does? It allows you to waste your time. What is the ultimate energy of death? Wasting your time. Let's do a thought experiment on why that is, okay? So, you worry about getting killed, right? Does that scare you, getting killed? Scares me. Scare you?
Yes.
That's it? That's all I get for you worry about getting killed?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Why don't I pull out a big weapon and see how much you run? So, you guys worry about getting killed? Someone comes in here with a big sword, starts swinging around, do you run?
Yeah.
Okay, so you worry about getting killed, right?
Yes.
Every time that you waste your time, you just got killed. It's just that you got killed for half an hour. Or something, waste your time. It is the energy of death. It is a partial killing. It is an energy of death. So people who resonate with an energy of death love their weed because the weed allows it to burn a part of their life away. Oh, but it feels good. That is not actually a good feeling. It doesn't nourish them. It doesn't sustain them. Someone who resonates with the energy of life is like, I want to kick ass, I want to laugh, I want to have fun, I want to go travel, I want to expand, I want to share, I want other people to have better lives. It's an expansive energy, a raising energy, an ascending energy. It's beautiful, playful, light, awesome. It's not wasting time and then hiding from life numb.
He goes off about how to do sales. And he's like, features and benefits, features and benefits. And he just kept on saying this. I was thinking about it, like I've been in sales since even before I was 14 years old, right? And I tend to have a lot of success with sales. I also have a track record for any interview I get, I can land the job or get a job offer because I can switch the frame in the middle of the interview. And this is one thing that we learn in these books and these teachings that I followed from pickup artists. So this guy I'm talking about, Owen, he is an old school pickup artist who learned from the original pickup artist called Mystery. It was like these guys who would go out night clubbing wearing crazy outfits and saying strange things to women and coming back, and they would have these forums and they would write all about what they learned, and they were like nerds who were trying to get laid. Oh, I lost a nail. They were trying to prove that you didn't have to just be like a hot or rich guy to attract women, and they found a lot of success and they started compiling it on online forums, and then they started doing well, first of all, that interests me because this is social dynamics. This is learning about how to work with people's subconscious and unconscious drives, right? How to minimize social anxiety and to have confidence to talk to people, right? Which was something that I struggled with a lot when I was younger. Now it's quite easy for me, and I have 1,000,001 stories. But what they then started doing was creating digital products and selling them to desperate men all around the world. They found a market and a niche where there was a deep desire, a very strong drive, a high level of curiosity, and they hit that market. And many of them became multi-millionaires. This guy who's like one of my top 3 men in the world included, Owen. I just love him. I listened to hours and hours and hours and hours of him talk. And I just think he's so genius and brilliant, and he has this special thing about him that I recognized right away when I saw him. And there's some things he said that has like made my blood run cold. Like maybe that's the wrong terminology, but like I'll just get chills. I'm like, holy shit, like something is happening here with this guy and the work that he's doing and the things that he's saying. I was listening to this talk on sales and I was like, I really need to hear this, you know. And I just realized I was one of those people who already has all the knowledge and who just wants to keep collecting knowledge to feel better while they're not actually taking action, right? I think many of you can relate to that too, okay? And let's have a sip of our tea together. He's like, features and benefits. And okay, so I have been in sales for as long as I can remember. When I was a kid, I would just like put things together and sell it for fun. I would put on little events and I always did it for free. You know, now with my YouTube background and all the information and knowledge I've gained, I put on events for money. And I've been very successful at that. You know, I put events on online. I sell products. You know, you guys, most of you know me from my super highly successful How to Make Money on YouTube ebook, which helped me hit the 6-figure mark for digital product sales, which I never would have, like I imagined I would have some success, but I never imagined it would be that much success and that it would be organic success. You know, this is unheard of in this day and age. You know, I got viral videos, a handful of them, and I got all my success and sales and everything that came was just from those videos going viral because I just felt this like energy. And when you become a creator, you will feel it. When you start working towards things and following these hunches that you have, you just get this like feeling, and it's like this divine thread that's coming through your life. And everyone has all of these threads, and a lot of people just ignore them, right? To really become a creator, you have to be the person who feels that thread, who is aware of it, reaches for it, and acts on it, right? Many people are just walking through all of these threads, and they get these little hunches and these little inklings. Oh, I should start a jewelry brand. Oh, I should do this. I should do that. Oh, that would be fun if. Wouldn't it be nice if? And then the thread just passes them by. To be a creator, you have to reach and grab that thread, right? And you have to say, yes, I can do this. Even if I can't do it, I'm going to try to do it. And I'll learn from it, right? I tried to do an event here in this small town. It did not turn out, right? And oh well. Of course, like, do I like that? No, because I like to succeed at things. I like to win at things. I like to put on events and have parties that are about things that I'm interested in and make money. Yeah, I do. So do I like to fail, quote unquote fail? No, but I learned. I'm like, oh, okay. I think these events are suited for big cities. And what does my mind go to next? Maybe I could do a little bit of a tour of some big cities here in BC. That'd be fun. You know, because I was successful with this in Alberta, and I think people in BC, the vibe and the energy I'm getting by being here, they're like way more like open-minded, you know. The energy here was really what I needed, man. Things are going bad in Edmonton. Anyway, this is going to be a magpie video where I'm kind of letting my little mind go off. Okay, I'm sorry, but that is such old school BS kind of stuff to sit there and say, I'm going to teach you sales. Okay, features and benefits, get out of here. You know, honestly, no. Okay, so features and benefits. I remember learning this when I started working at Shoppers Drug Mart in the cosmetics department. They had this little flip book with like all of the things you could learn, sales, and how to sell cosmetics. And it was like a feature. A feature is something that something does. So it's kind of like, I don't know, let's say heated seats. Heated seats is a feature of a car. And a benefit. The benefit is how, you know, what that feature will do for you. So when you sell, you want to mention the feature and the benefit, okay? And not just one or the other. You don't want to just say, if you just mention the feature, you'd say, yeah, this car has heated seats. If you just mention the benefit, you'd say, yeah, this car will keep your butt warm in winter. No. What you want to say is the feature and the benefit. This car has heated seats. So on those cold mornings when you just don't want to get up, you get into the car, you're going to have a nice warm feeling the second you sit down. Okay. That's sales, okay? And it's such a minor thing. It seems like a little bit BS, right? But the thing is, ultimately, sales is about creating a feeling. It's about evoking the feeling in the person. It's helping them see ways that you can benefit their life. It's helping them see things about their life or their problems that are very inefficient that could actually be solved by you. And I have to tell you, learning sales is a really intense psychological thing on so many different levels. It's a spiritual thing. It's a really difficult thing, that a lot of people struggle with. It's about accepting receiving. It's about overcoming imposter syndrome. Some people feel guilty selling. I loved selling. I still do, as we all know. When I was in cosmetics, I loved selling because I was like, these products are awesome. People don't know about them, and they're going to work really well for them. And if they'll give me a chance to explain that, they'll be excited about it too, and they're going to have a great experience, right? But some people see sales as kind of like a dirty kind of thing, right? And bad sales is kind of a dirty thing, you know. It doesn't feel good for anyone involved. And I can think of so many bad sales pitches I've had. For example, like the friend on Facebook who sends you an invite to, like, I don't know, some party they're throwing at some club or something, and you don't respond, so they keep like sending you the event over and over again and asking what you're doing and how it's going. Or like, you know, the people who are trying to sell you the MLMs from high school, they keep sending you and bugging you and like calling you girlfriend, stuff like that. That doesn't feel good. I also have like high-level coaches who try to follow these like sales strategies with me when I was like all ready to buy. There's this girl who had this like, I think it was like a coaching for like people with autoimmune issues. And she's like, we're gonna go into the psychology of it, and I've had lots of success and everything else. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I'll take it. Or like, I can't remember what I said. I'm like, so where do I sign up? And she's like, well, I want you to imagine how bad right now it feels when you're sick, you're in the midst of your autoimmune, you're this, you're that. And then I want you to imagine after you've taken this course, how good that feels. So let's go into it right now. I'm like, yeah, I really don't want to do that. Like, I got your money, I know it's expensive, that's fine, I'll pay it. So like, where do I sign up? And she like just didn't know what to do with it, right? A lot of people, they learn these sales strategies. They don't learn, like, you know, a really good salesperson thinks on their feet. They adapt to the person who's in front of them. They're not following a little script, right? And she actually lost me as a client because I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through your sales process. Here's the money. You don't want it? Okay, bye. You know, I can be kind of, so yeah, maybe I wasn't the ideal client for her. Maybe she wanted a client who would follow through on every little process and every little thing, whether it worked for them or not, right? And that's not me. You know, I like to think on the fly. I like to adapt things and situations. And I think that's another thing you learn in sales is you learn to be a shapeshifter. You know, you may have some people who come to you for sales and they want to know all the little features and benefits. They're like, what % hyaluronic acid is in this? Does it contain alcohol? Where was the packaging processed in? And you have other people who come in and they do not care. They're like, girl, I just want to look beautiful. I want to look like you. Which one do I need to get? And if you sit there and tell them all the features and benefits and everything else, they're going to get turned off and they're going to leave, right? So I do feel like in sales, you learn a lot about humans, psychology, and if you get good at sales, you can do anything in life, right? Anything, really. Because you learn how to sell any kind of products or services. You learn how to sell yourself in an interview to get any job that you want. You know how to sell yourself to get investments or to become an entrepreneur. Here we go. Look at that. Nice. That's so cute. Yeah, let's go. Look at that. Forest art. Oh man, I really blow off so much steam doing this. This is what it looks like when you get to the top of the hill. And you get to go down this residential hill. And it's quite fun. I'm gonna that way.
I need to go this way. There we go. Oh man, look at that mountain. Look at not bad. Not bad at all. The last of the autumn sun. We're gonna have snow pretty quick here. Yeah. Anyway.